The neon sign flickered red against rain-slicked pavement. Atlas Chen stood outside the all-night tattoo parlor, black Prada coat soaked through, designer sneakers ruined. He didn't care anymore. Inside, industrial metal played low. The smell of antiseptic mixed with incense. A girl sat at the counter, rolling her neck like she'd been hunched over skin for hours. Oversized band tee, ripped black jeans, silver rings on every finger. Dark hair with bleached streaks pulled into a messy bun. She had tired eyes that had seen too much. "We're closed," she said without looking up. "Your sign says 24/7. "Yeah, well, I'm tired." Atlas stepped closer. The fluorescent lights made him look haunted. Tailored black pants, white button-up half undone, expensive watch catching the light. He looked like money trying to cosplay as broken. "I need something covered up." His voice cracked. "Please." The girl, whose name tag read Mars, finally looked at him. Really looked. "What happened?" "Someone I trusted put their name on me." Turns out trust is just another word for stupid. Mars stood, combat boots heavy on the floor. She walked around the counter, studying his face like she was reading a map of scars. "Show me." He unbuttoned his sleeve, rolled it up. There on his forearm, elegant script, "For Olivia, eternally yours." Fresh. Maybe 2 weeks old. The skin around it still angry. Mars touched the edge of the tattoo. Her fingers were ice cold. "This is gonna hurt." "Good." Something passed between them. Recognition maybe. Like calling to like. "Sit." 3 hours later, thorns and ravens covered what used to be a promise. Mars worked in silence except for the buzz of her machine. The parlor felt like a confessional. Rain hammered the windows. "Why'd she leave?" Mars asked, wiping excess ink. Atlas stared at the ceiling. "Found out my family's money came from her father's company going under. I didn't know. My dad never told me. She said I was complicit. Said loving me was the biggest mistake of her life." Mars stopped working. "Was she right?" "I don't know anymore. I can't tell the difference between what I did and what was done to me." Mars put down her gun, sat back, looked at him with those exhausted eyes. "My ex-girlfriend died because of me. Overdosed on pills I told her would help with the pain. I was trying to save her. Ended up killing her instead." The confession hung in dead air. Atlas sat up slowly. Their faces were inches apart now. The vulnerability between them felt dangerous. "How do you live with that?" "I don't. I just keep breathing and hope one day it'll feel like living." His hand moved before his brain caught up. Fingers brushing her jaw. She didn't pull away. "You should leave," she whispered. "I'm not good for people." "Neither am I." They kissed like they were drowning. Desperate. The kind of kiss that ruins you for anyone else. When they broke apart, both breathing hard, Mars's phone buzzed on the counter. She glanced at it. Her face went white. "What?" She showed him the screen. A text from an unknown number. "Tell Atlas his father says hello." And that time's up. Atlas's blood went cold. "How does anyone know I'm here?" Mars stood, backing away. "Who even are you?" "My father owns half this city's real estate, including this building." Her expression shattered. Betrayal bloomed across her features. "Get out." "Mars, I swear I didn't." "Get out." The door slammed behind him. Rain felt like knives. As Atlas stood on the empty street, his phone buzzed. A photo. Mars. Younger. Standing next to a girl who looked just like her. Both smiling. The text beneath it, her sister. Still alive. "For now. Come home or we'll finish what we started." Atlas's hands shook as the world tilted sideways. Everything he thought he knew was a lie. Mars watched through the window as Atlas disappeared into the rain. Her chest felt hollow. She pulled out her phone with shaking hands and opened her photo gallery. Scrolled to a folder labeled "Do Not Open." The last photo of Riley. Her twin. Alive. She'd lied. Riley didn't die from pills. Riley just vanished 3 years ago after getting involved with someone dangerous. Someone powerful. Someone whose last name was Chen. The shop door crashed open. Atlas stood there, drenched, furious. Black coat dripping, hair plastered to his forehead, eyes wild. He held up his phone. "You knew." You knew who I was the second I walked in here. Mars didn't deny it. Couldn't. Where's my sister? I don't know. I swear I don't know. He advanced on her. But my father does. And if you knew my name, you knew what you were doing. This whole thing, what revenge? You think I wanted this? Her voice broke. You think I wanted to feel anything for the son of the man who took everything from me? They stood 3 feet apart. Thunder cracked overhead. The tattoo machines hummed in background silence. Your father destroyed lives for profit. My sister tried to expose him. Then she disappeared. No body. No trace. Just gone. Atlas's face crumbled. I didn't know. I was in Europe. He told me she was unstable. That she'd left town on her own. Liar. I'm not lying. He grabbed her shoulders. Mars. I walked away from that family 6 months ago. Cut every tie. Changed my number. I came back because I thought I could make things right with Olivia, and instead I found out I'm exactly what everyone says I am. A weapon someone else built. Tears streaked her face. Let go of me. Not until you hear this. His grip gentled, but didn't release. Whatever my father did, whatever he's still doing, I'll burn it all down to find your sister. But I need you to trust me. Trust? She laughed bitterly. That's rich coming from you. Her phone buzzed. Another message. A video file. Mars's hand trembled as she pressed play. Riley. Alive. Thin. Scared. In some concrete room with no windows. Speaking directly to camera. Mars, if you're seeing this, don't trust Atlas Chen. He's working with his father. This is a trap. They need you to. The video cut off. Mars looked at Atlas. He looked shattered. I swear on everything I have left, that's not me. I'm not working with him. Then explain how they knew you'd be here tonight. Explain the text. Atlas pulled out his phone. Showed her his messages. Look. I haven't spoken to my father in half a year. These texts? They started 2 hours ago. Right after I left your shop the first time. Mars felt the floor shift. The first time. I came by yesterday. Just walking. Saw you through the window and kept going. I came back tonight because I couldn't stop thinking about the way you looked. Like you understood. The pieces rearranged themselves. Mars grabbed her laptop, pulled up the shop's security footage from yesterday. There. Atlas walking past. Pausing. Looking in. Walking away. And in the reflection of the glass, a black car. License plate visible. Mars ran the plate. Her blood froze. That's my father's car, Atlas whispered. He's been watching you. Which means he's been watching you. They stared at each other. The horror of it sinking in. We're both pawns, Mars said. Atlas's phone rang. Unknown number. He answered on speaker. His father's voice poured through like poison. Smooth. Controlled. Atlas. I hope you're enjoying your little rebellion. Here's what's going to happen. You're going to come home. Sign the papers transferring your trust fund to my control. And in exchange, I'll tell you where Riley Novak is being held. You psychopath. Language, son. You have 2 hours. After that, Riley becomes a very unfortunate statistic. Oh, and Atlas? Bring the girl. I'd hate for this family reunion to be incomplete. The line went dead. Mars looked at Atlas. Don't. It's a trap. It's your sister. It's your life. He cupped her face. What life? The one where I pretend my family's fortune isn't built on graves? Where I let someone else disappear because I was too afraid to look at the truth. His thumb traced her cheekbone. I'd rather die trying to do one real thing than live forever as whatever my father made me. Mars kissed him. Hard. Like memorizing the shape of something about to be destroyed. When they broke apart, she grabbed her leather jacket off the chair. Checked the knife in her boot. Then we go together. But if this goes sideways, you run. Promise me. Mars. Promise. Me. He nodded. Lying. They both knew it. As they stepped into the rain toward the black car waiting at the curb, neither of them saw the figure watching from the rooftop across the street. Or the red laser dot tracking their movement. The Chen estate sprawled across the hillside like a monument to greed. Glass and steel and old money. Atlas's father stood in the foyer, wearing a charcoal suit that probably cost more than Mars made in a year. Silver hair perfect. Smile empty. Welcome home, son. He didn't even glance at Mars. And you brought a guest. How domestic. Atlas stepped forward, hands clenched. Where is she? Patience. First, we discuss terms. Mars felt sick. The marble floors, the crystal chandelier, the art on the walls, it all felt like a mausoleum. She wore the same ripped jeans and band tee from the shop. Looked like a stain on expensive carpet. There are no terms, Atlas said. You let Riley go. Now. His father laughed. Actually laughed. You're not in a position to make demands. But I admire the performance. Very heroic. He pulled out a tablet, slid it across the marble table between them. The transfer documents. Sign, and I'll take you to the girl. Mars grabbed Atlas's arm. Don't. He's right not to trust you, his father said, finally acknowledging Mars. You've been quite the complication, Miss Novak. Did you really think I wouldn't notice when Riley's twin sister started asking questions? Set up shop in my building? Your revenge fantasy was charming. Almost worked, too. What are you talking about? His father's smile sharpened. The pills you gave your girlfriend. The ones that killed her. Where do you think they came from? The room tilted. Mars's knees nearly buckled. You supplied them. Through Riley's pharmacy tech job. She was stealing from me, and you helped cover it up. Then when your girlfriend died, Riley tried to go to the authorities. Had to disappear her before she became a real problem. You're insane, Mars whispered. I'm thorough. He turned to Atlas. Your little romance? I orchestrated it. Had men follow you for weeks. Knew you'd end up somewhere broken people congregate. Mars here was perfect. Damaged. Desperate. All I had to do was wait. Atlas moved like lightning. Grabbed his father by the collar, slammed him against the wall. Where is Riley? Basement. Level 3. But Atlas. His father didn't even look scared. You really should have read the documents before your girlfriend did. Mars had picked up the tablet. Her face drained of color. What? Atlas didn't let go of his father. It's not a transfer agreement, she said quietly. It's a confession. Signed by you. Admitting to Riley's kidnapping. To my girlfriend's death. To everything he did. Atlas dropped his father. Spun around. What? His father straightened his tie. Leverage, son. You sign this, Riley goes free. But you take the fall for all of it. Prison. Life, probably. But hey, you wanted to do one real thing. The choice hung there like a blade. Atlas looked at Mars. Really looked at her. Do it. Give her the pen. No. Atlas, no. I said do it. His voice cracked. Your sister dies if I don't. And I've already lived too long as someone I hate. At least this way, I'm choosing. Tears poured down Mars's face. This isn't choosing. This is dying. Maybe that's the same thing for people like us. His father watched like it was theater. How touching. The pen is on the table. Atlas reached for it. The gunshot shattered the moment. His father crumpled. Blood bloomed across expensive marble. Standing in the doorway, hands shaking, gun raised, was Riley. Alive. Thin. Haunted. Wearing a gray hoodie and joggers that hung off her frame. But alive. Riley? Mars's voice broke. I'm sorry. Riley's hands wouldn't stop shaking. I'm so sorry. I heard everything. I couldn't let him. She dropped the gun. Collapsed. Mars ran to her. Held her. Atlas stood frozen, staring at his father's body. Call someone, Mars said. Atlas. Call someone. But he wasn't moving. Wasn't breathing right. I wanted to kill him myself. For years. And she just saved your life, Mars finished. Sirens wailed in the distance. Someone had heard. Or maybe his father had triggered a silent alarm. Riley grabbed Mars's hand. You have to go. Both of you. They'll blame you. The cameras, they're all set up too. I'm not leaving you. Mars held her tighter. You have to. Riley looked at Atlas. There's a car out back. Keys in the ignition. Go to the address in the GPS, someone there will help. But you have to run. Now. Atlas finally moved. Grabbed Mars's arm. She's right. We go, or we all go down for this. Mars looked between her sister and the boy she'd started to care about despite every reason not to. Riley. I killed him. I'm the one who pulled the trigger. This is my choice. Let me have it. The sirens grew louder. Mars kissed her sister's forehead, whispered something Atlas couldn't hear, then let Atlas pull her toward the back exit. They ran through rain and darkness toward a car they didn't own, fleeing a crime they didn't commit, bound together by violence and impossible choices. As they sped away, Mars looked back once. Riley stood in the lit doorway, hands raised as police cars surrounded the estate. Her sister. Her twin. Sacrificing everything. And Mars couldn't even save her. The safe house turned out to be a cabin 2 hours north. No electricity. No running water. Just woods and silence and the weight of what they'd left behind. Mars sat on the porch steps, knees pulled to her chest. Dawn broke pink and gold through the trees. She still wore the same clothes. Still had her sister's perfume on her jacket. Atlas stood in the doorway, watching her. He'd changed into a plain black hoodie and jeans from the emergency bag in the car. Looked more human without the designer labels. "We can't stay here," she said without turning around. "I know. They'll find us. I know. Riley's in custody because of you. Because of your family. I know." His voice cracked. He sat beside her, leaving careful space between them. "I know all of it. And I can't fix any of it." Mars finally looked at him. "Do you regret it? Meeting me?" Atlas was quiet for a long time. "No. I regret that meeting you cost your sister her freedom. But you? No. That's messed up. We're messed up." She almost smiled. Almost. "What do we do now?" Her voice was so small. "We run. Get new identities. Disappear." Or, he stopped. "Or what? We fight back. My father's dead, but his organization isn't. Files. Evidence. Enough to clear Riley and expose everything. It's all in his private server. I know the access codes." Mars turned to face him fully. "That's suicide. The second we surface, they'll grab us." "Probably." He met her eyes. "But your sister took a bullet meant for me. Literally. The least I can do is make it mean something." The wind moved through the trees. Birds called to each other. Normal morning sounds in an anything but normal situation. Mars reached out. Took his hand. "If we do this, we do it smart. No hero complex. No sacrificial plays. We go in, get the evidence, get out. Together." "Together," he echoed. They sat like that as the sun climbed higher. Two broken people trying to forge something whole from shattered pieces. Later, while Atlas worked on a laptop he'd pulled from the car, mapping security protocols and server locations, Mars stepped outside to breathe. Her phone buzzed. Unknown number. Against every instinct, she answered. Mars. Riley's voice. Weak but real. "Oh my God, Riley, where are you? Are you okay? Did they hurt you?" "I'm fine. Listen. They're letting me make one call. I told them I'd cooperate if I could hear your voice." A pause. "Mars, there's something you need to know about Atlas." Mars's stomach dropped. "What?" "The night our girlfriend died. The pills. I looked into it after everything happened. Traced the supply chain. Atlas's father didn't just supply them. Atlas knew. He found out about the pharmaceutical pipeline 6 months before she overdosed. He had documents. Could have exposed it. But he didn't. The world stopped. That's not possible. He said he was in Europe. He was. But he knew Mars. And he chose his family's money over doing the right thing. Over saving lives. Maybe even over saving her." Mars turned slowly. Atlas stood in the doorway. Something in his expression said he'd heard everything. "Riley, I have to go." "Mars, don't trust." She hung up. Silence stretched between them like a chasm. "Is it true?" Her voice didn't sound like her own. Atlas's face was carved from stone. "Yes." The word hung there. No excuses. No justifications. "I found out about the pipeline. Had everything I needed to shut it down. And I was scared. Scared of my father. Scared of losing everything. So I buried it. Told myself someone else would handle it. That it wasn't my responsibility." His hand shook. 3 weeks later, your girlfriend died. And I still didn't come forward. Because I'm a coward." Mars felt like she was falling. You let her die. Yes. And you let me believe you were different. That you were trying to change. I am trying. But trying doesn't erase what I did. Or didn't do. She wanted to scream. To hit him. To run. But her feet wouldn't move. Why didn't you tell me? Because I'm selfish. Because I wanted you to look at me like I was worth saving. And if you knew the truth, you'd see what I really am. What are you, Atlas? He met her eyes. The villain in your story. Mars's breath came in ragged gasps. Every feeling she'd developed for him curdled into something toxic. But underneath the rage was something worse. Understanding. Because she'd made the same choice. Had seen the pills were dangerous. Had given them to her girlfriend anyway because she was desperate to help. To fix something she couldn't fix. They were both guilty. Both broken by the same machine. I should leave, she whispered. You should. But neither of them moved. If we expose your father's organization, the truth about the pills comes out. About everything. Riley could still face charges for stealing them. I could face charges for distribution. I know. And you're willing to risk that anyway? Atlas nodded. Riley made a sacrifice for me. I won't let it be for nothing. Even if it destroys me. Even if you hate me for the rest of your life. Mars closed her eyes. Felt tears track down her face. I don't hate you. That's the worst part. I should. But I don't. Then you're as messed up as I am. She opened her eyes. Guess we deserve each other. No. His voice was firm. You deserve better. But I'm too selfish to let you go. Dawn turned to full morning. Somewhere, Riley sat in a cell. Somewhere, people were hunting them. Somewhere, the truth waited to explode. Mars made her choice. We finish this. Together. But after. She looked at him hard. After, you don't get to pretend we're okay. You live with what you did. Every single day. No redemption arc. No forgiveness. Just the work. Deal. They went back inside. Started planning. Two ghosts trying to undo the damage they'd caused. Knowing it would never be enough. But trying anyway. The Chen Tower stood against the night sky like a monument to everything wrong with the world. Mars and Atlas sat in a stolen car 3 blocks away, watching security patterns through the windshield. She wore all black, hair tied back, face hard. He looked hollowed out, wearing dark clothes that made him invisible. Last chance to back out, he said. Shut up and drive. They parked in the underground garage, using his old access card. Miracle it still worked. Took the service elevator to the 42nd floor. His father's private office. The server room behind the bookshelf. Everything went smooth until it didn't. The office was supposed to be empty. Instead, 3 men in suits waited. One of them was his uncle. His father's brother. Same empty eyes. Same cold smile. Atlas. We've been expecting you. They were trapped. No exit except through them. How? Atlas's voice was steady despite everything. Your car has a tracker. Your father installed it years ago. Did you really think you could walk away? His uncle stepped forward. The evidence you're looking for? Already scrubbed. But we kept some insurance. Video of Riley pulling the trigger. Edited to look premeditated. Unless you want your girlfriend's sister to face murder charges, you'll come quietly. Mars felt the world narrow. You're bluffing. Am I? He pulled out a phone. Showed them the footage. Riley. Gun raised. No context. Just the shot. His father falling. Easy to spin. What do you want? Atlas asked. You dead, ideally. But we'll settle for discredited and imprisoned. You'll confess to embezzlement. Drug trafficking. Whatever story we need. Mars here will disappear. And Riley takes the murder charge anyway. Because honestly, we just enjoy the control. Atlas looked at Mars. Something passed between them. An entire conversation without words. She nodded once. He lunged. Chaos erupted. Atlas hit his uncle hard, knocked the phone away. The other men rushed forward. Mars grabbed a lamp, swung it like a weapon. Glass shattered. Someone's nose broke. She felt ribs crack under her boot. But there were 3 of them and only 2 of her and Atlas. Eventually, numbers won. They ended up on the floor, bleeding, restrained. His uncle picked up the phone. smiled through split lips. Spirited, but pointless. Actually, Mars gasped, not pointless at all. Atlas grinned despite the blood in his teeth. We weren't here for the server. His uncle's expression changed. What? We were here for you. Atlas nodded toward the corner. The small camera Mars had planted when she threw the lamp. Recording everything. Broadcasting live to multiple locations. Every word you just said. Every threat. All of it documented. Mars laughed. It hurt her cracked ribs. Riley's lawyer has the feed. So do 3 major news outlets. The FBI field office. And about 5,000 people on a very specific Discord server. His uncle grabbed the laptop on the desk. Pulled up the stream. Went white. The comments were already flooded. Screen recordings spreading. No way to contain it. You just buried yourselves, he hissed. Riley still. Riley turned state's witness 2 hours ago, Atlas interrupted. Made a deal. Full immunity in exchange for testimony against the entire organization. The confession you showed us? She explained it. Self-defense. Witness testimony from the House staff backs her up. She's already free. The men holding them hesitated. Looked at each other. Sirens wailed in the distance. His uncle's face twisted. You think this changes anything? My lawyers will. Your lawyers are watching the same stream we are, Mars said. And they're smart enough to know a sinking ship when they see one. Red and blue lights flooded through the windows. The elevator dinged. Federal agents poured out. Atlas and Mars were separated. Questioned. The night blurred into fluorescent lights and official statements. But when dawn came, they walked out together. Riley stood on the courthouse steps. Thin. Exhausted. Alive. Free. Mars ran to her. They collided, holding each other, crying. You did it, Riley whispered. You actually did it. We did it. Atlas hung back, watching. Started to turn away. Hey. Mars grabbed his hand. Where do you think you're going? You two need time. And I need to figure out who I am without my father's shadow. Riley stepped forward. Looked at him for a long moment. Then extended her hand. Thank you. For everything. He shook it. I'm sorry. For all of it. I know it doesn't change anything, but I'm sorry. It's a start. Mars pulled him close. Kissed him soft and careful. Like handling something fragile. This doesn't fix us, she said against his lips. I know. We're still messed up. I know. But maybe we can be messed up together. For a while. See what happens. Atlas smiled. First real smile she'd ever seen on him. Yeah, I'd like that. They stood there as the sun rose over a city that would never forget the Chen family's fall. 3 people bound together by trauma and choice and something that might someday look like healing. It wasn't a happy ending. Not exactly. But it was real. And for people like them, real was more than they'd ever hoped for. Mars took Riley's hand. Atlas took Mars's other hand. They walked down the courthouse steps together. Toward whatever came next. Toward something like hope. The end.